As we work to rebound from the effects of the pandemic, we focus on some of the first places to close and last to reopen. Movie theaters. When the pandemic hit, theaters closed, Hollywood shut down, and several new releases went straight to streaming. Now the theaters are working to rebound, and they want you to know they are open for business.
Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
A classic ad before a fun experience at the movies, yet the theaters are empty.
People just aren't coming back like I think the industry thought they might.
At Kimball's Peak 3 in downtown Colorado Springs, owner Kimball Bales says while they're following all cleaning protocols, people just aren't showing up, despite going to stores and restaurants in droves.
In some ways, we've been vilified as a place where I think, people think they're going to catch COVID or it's more likely to, but the way we have things set up, we're limiting our seating to 40%.
Big theater chain Cinemark has slowly reopened about 70% of its locations. VP of Investor Relations, Chanda Brashear, says the overall occupancy is low for the industry, so it's not as bad as it looks.
As you think about when people have the time and the ability to go to the movies, it's predominantly during the weekend. So you have to have capacity to be able to meet the demand for the weekends. But during the week, your occupancy is actually very low.
In addition to all the added safety procedures, Cinemark has new technology that blocks out seats next to you automatically when you reserve yours. There also seems to be a vicious cycle at play here. People aren't showing up to the theaters because there aren't any big blockbusters, but Hollywood's not releasing any big blockbusters because people aren't showing up.
Nobody wants to release a $200 million movie if there's nobody to come see it.
A lot of big openings were delayed this year, from A Quiet Place 2 to James Bond. Christopher Nolan and Warner Brothers threw theaters a bone with the release of Tenet.
It certainly didn't bring, people back in droves by any sense. And then Hollywood, seeing that response, has pretty much cleaned the slate off until next year. James Bond film will open hopefully in November, but we don't know. They could pull that too.
And there's also the issue of the streaming competition.
Amazon, Netflix producing all their own films, big budgeted films going directly to online. Disney putting, their stuff on their Disney Plus channel.
Bales worries younger generations will forget about the theater experience. Brashears thinks the industry will be okay. They've already survived VHS, DVD, and the internet.
There's been so many things over time that could have changed consumer behavior, but there truly is nothing like that immersive cinematic experience, the dimmed lights, the shared experience. For me, it's the lack of distraction.
A moviegoer we spoke with agrees.
No matter what you have set up in home, watching in theater is a different experience. So I guess that's what people pay for.
Brashear says a steady stream of content is the key.
Content that appeals to the masses. I think that's when you'll really start to see our industry rebound.
Kimball's believes they can survive this. They closed on Mondays and Tuesdays since they're slower days. They've also received government assistance and local grants to help them through.
Our landlord's been really good with us, just great. So we've he remodeled the whole space while we were closed, which is really cool. And things could be worse.
Bales is waiting to see how October goes, and depending, may opt to sit on the bench until Hollywood gives them something good. Either way, theaters are open right now, ready to welcome you back and help you escape these crazy times we're living in. Now here's your rebound rundown. The movie theater industry facing several issues due to the pandemic: low turnout, lack of content, delayed releases, production shutdowns, and growing streaming competition. Some of the solutions they're looking at: deep cleaning procedures and masks, seating technology, low theater capacity to help social distance while enjoying the movie. Also, private parties being offered as an option so you can see a film with just your close group. And Kimball's is still offering virtual cinema online. Cinemark believes 2022 is the year things will finally get back to normal for theaters when it comes to their content and people showing up.